We've seen Azazel play the mysterious villain role in the X-Men movies before, and he definitely had his own agenda. He wasn't just teleporting around for dramatic effect, there was something deeper driving him. And now, with the MCU slowly building toward bigger multiversal events, it looks like Marvel Studios might be ready to tap into that potential all over again. Only this time, Azazel could have a much bigger part to play, and he may not be working alone. One of the most intriguing theories floating around right now is the idea that Azazel could end up aligning himself with Doctor Doom. That might sound like a wild pairing at first, but if you look closely, especially at recent comic history and what Marvel's been teasing on screen, it actually fits together better than you might expect. It all really starts with that Fantastic Four mid-credit scene. You know, the one where we catch what seems to be Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Doctor Doom kneeling, holding a baby. That baby isn't just any baby, it's Franklin Richards, the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Now, Franklin isn't your average Marvel kid. In the comics, he's one of the most powerful mutants in existence. His reality warping powers are so massive that he once created entire universes, Power Pack number 17 and Fantastic Four Volume 3 number 15 being standout examples. So when Doom is seen cradling Franklin while holding his signature metal mask, it's not just some cool Easter egg, it's a clear message. Doom is on the hunt for power, and not just any kind. He's setting his sights on the kind of cosmic power that can reshape everything. And if he's planning something on that scale, it makes sense he might need help. That's where Azazel could come in. It wouldn't be out of character for Doctor Doom to seek out a partner like Azazel, especially in the moment of rising multiversal tension. Azazel, after all, is more than just a teleporter with a demonic look. In the comics, specifically Uncanny X-Men number 13, he's revealed to be one of the oldest mutants in existence, with dark magical powers and a deeply manipulative nature. He's also got a long history of orchestrating major events from behind the scenes, using his gifts not just for transport, but to shift entire battles and manipulate the playing field. Now, even though Doctor Doom and Azazel haven't actually worked together in the comics, that doesn't mean the MCU couldn't take that creative leap, especially with Avengers Doomsday on the horizon. In the comics, Azazel is portrayed as an ancient and scheming mutant who thrives in the shadows, pulling strings from behind the scenes. He's known for using dark magic and teleportation not just for battles, but to manipulate massive events for his own long-term goals. That kind of power could be incredibly useful to someone like Doom, especially if he's planning something huge. And based on what we know from the Secret War storyline, Doom is no stranger to seizing control when the multiverse is in chaos. In the 2015 comic event, he literally becomes God Emperor Doom, wielding unmatched reality warping power and even defeating Thanos in one of the most jaw-dropping moments in Marvel history. While Azazel didn't appear in that arc, or in any major story alongside Doom, it wouldn't be surprising if the MCU crafted a new version of that alliance. After all, the MCU often blends comic influences with original twists to suit its narrative. So, if Avengers Doomsday becomes the next major chapter before Secret Wars, it's not hard to imagine Doom turning to someone like Azazel for help. With the multiverse crumbling, timelines crossing, and reality itself on the line, Azazel's teleportation and magical insight might give Doom a serious edge. And for Azazel, a world in chaos could be the perfect playground for pushing his own mysterious agenda. It might not be canon from the comics, but it's exactly the kind of unexpected team-up that could work on the big screen and raise the stakes in a way we haven't seen before. In the Draco storyline from Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, number 428 to 434, Azazel was revealed to be the father of Nightcrawler and part of an ancient race of demonic mutants called the Neyaphem. He planned to use his teleportation and magical powers to breach the dimensional barrier and unleash his army on Earth. So, manipulating a massive event like Secret Wars wouldn't be outside his playbook at all. In fact, he'd probably see it as a golden opportunity to reestablish his influence across multiple realities. What makes this even more interesting is how Doom and Azazel operate. Neither of them likes to play second fiddle to anyone, but they're both pragmatic enough to cooperate if the outcome benefits them both. Doom wants control over multiversal energy and reality-bending power, which Franklin Richards represents. Azazel, on the other hand, might be drawn to the potential of ruling over fractured dimensions or even reshaping reality itself to fit his twisted ideals. Their alliance might be temporary, but it could be devastatingly effective. And in the MCU, we've already seen hints that teleportation, alternate dimensions, and reality manipulation are becoming central themes. Between Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Loki, the Marvels, and upcoming projects like Avengers Secret Wars and Fantastic Four, the universe is expanding in unpredictable ways. So if Doom is going to pull off something major, he'll need someone who can bend space in ways few others can, and that's Azazel's specialty. There's also the matter of tone and style. Both characters have this regal, almost mythical quality to them. They're not chaotic like Loki or wild like Deadpool. They're precise, dark, and deliberate. That kind of synergy would translate really well on screen. Imagine a scene where Doom stands silently while Azazel teleports them into a collapsing timeline or extracts a key player from a battle at just the right moment. It would be chilling and visually awesome. And since Azazel hasn't been introduced yet into the MCU, Marvel has room to reinvent him in a way that fits the bigger picture. They could easily incorporate his Neyaphem background and expand on it, perhaps tying it to other magical characters like Agatha Harkness or even the Darkhold mythology. Azazel has the potential to be more than just a Nightcrawler connection. He could be a dimensional wildcard with loyalty only to himself, but useful to others when it suits him. This also opens the door for Marvel to explore some of its darker, more mystical elements without needing to dive headfirst into horror. With Doom and Azazel working together, the vibe could be gothic and intimidating, especially if their goals are to reshape or rule a dying multiverse. Throw in Franklin Richards, and suddenly you've got a cosmic child with powers beyond comprehension being manipulated by two of the most cunning minds in Marvel history. Plus, there's something oddly satisfying about seeing Doom and Azazel, both prideful and strategic, using each other's strengths while secretly planning their next move. Because let's be honest, neither of them is the type to just stay in line. Doom will always be Doom, and Azazel isn't exactly known for his loyalty. Their team-up would be tense, filled with mutual suspicion, but incredibly powerful. It also gives Marvel a chance to explore Franklin's powers through a new lens. Rather than simply making him a target for Kang or a pawn in a time travel story, connecting him to Doom and Azazel creates a magical meets science dynamic that hasn't been deeply explored in the MCU yet. Doom represents the pinnacle of intellect and technology, while Azazel brings dark magic and ancient mysticism. Together, they could try to mold Franklin into someone that serves their own twisted ends. In short, even though Azazel hasn't been seen in the MCU yet, don't be surprised if he shows up when the stakes are at their highest. Between his comic book history, especially in arcs like the Draco and Avengers Doomsday, and his potential fit in the new multiverse-focused MCU, he could end up being a major player. And with Doom rising as the next big bad, it only makes sense he'd surround himself with the kind of allies who aren't just powerful, but dangerous in ways most heroes don't see coming. So, if the MCU really is building toward a world where magic, multiversal energy, and godlike power collide, then Dr. Doom teaming up with Azazel might just be the chaotic twist that takes it all to the next level. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.